Okay, so not a lockpicking video, but I've answered like half a dozen questions on Reddit lately about these combination locks, and in particular the ones that have the numbers in line with the shackle like this. Um, and they're really, it won't work on all of them, but on a lot of them it'll work. To how to decode it. So I have it set to 000 right now, and this one is like you can change the number on it. If I can get it to open, there we go. So we can just change it to something random like this, and then all you do is you just want you gotta make sure each one's in a gate, and then you can just pull this up. You should be able to pull it up, or maybe I already. All right, so I don't know what it is because I screwed up, which is perfect. So I screwed up. I can't get the shackle up. I don't know what the code is. I'll put it back to my 000, which is what it was at before, and I can't get it out. So for tensioning on this, it's kind of like picking a lock. You put tension and then you feel for the binder. So for tensioning, all I do is I'm going to pull on the shackle, which is great. If it's stuck on something, you can pull on it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to feel for which wheel is harder to turn than the rest. So this first one turns fine, second one turns fine, and the third one for me, and obviously you have to just go with what I'm saying, it's hard for me to turn. So I turn it until I feel one of the numbers that feels different from the others. Okay, in this case it's the wheel that kind of binds a lot harder. So I'll turn this until I feel the wheel that binds harder. So there we go. Number 5, and after it binds hard, the next one becomes harder to turn. Well, it could be the first wheel, but in this case it's the second wheel that's hard for me to turn. So I'll turn that, and if I'm not sure it's stuck in something, I'll just check the first wheel. If that one's still easy to turn, so obviously I'm not in the right one yet. Alright, well, I got this one in, and then I went to turn that to check it to see if it's hard to turn, and I turned it one, and I got it open, so 655. And so now it's open with 655. So I know what the code is now, but I can lock it up. And now it's locked. You can, what I generally do is I take a padlock, I stick it through there, and to pull the tension. But you don't even have to do that. You can do it with your fingers. It can be a little bit tricky to hold, but just any way to pull a little bit of tension, such that that's easy, that's easy. This one's a little harder than the rest, right? And I know what the code is, but if I don't even look at it, right? Just, how can I not look at this? Alright, I'll pull it like this, so I can't see it. So that one I already set. So then I'll just dial the next one until I felt hard. And the first one. Okay. Oh, and there we go. It's open. And we go back to code 655. Alright. So just a little video to show how to do that on these wheels that are in line with the shackle. Other ones, you can watch other YouTube videos where the shackle's like, the other way, from perpendicular from the wheels, and then you have to put a little feeler in there, or you have to put tension on the bar some way. So I mean, there's a bunch of different ones out there, but they all work on the same principle: is get some sort of tension on the wheels, feel for the different spot, and then you got the code. Sometimes though, you might feel the tension, especially if you have a perpendicular shackle. You might feel the tension on these numbers of the wheels, and it doesn't open, but you got them all in that kind of that spot where it feels different. Then you know that these are all the correct number relative to each other. So what you would do is you just move each number one time. Well, I can't do it because it's open, but you move each of the numbers one time to the next. That way they've all been turned 36 degrees together. They're all the same angle. You try, and then you do the next one, and you try. It drops you down from 1,000 combinations down to 10, right? So it's a lot easier to do. Anyways, those are some tips for getting into these, not picking, but still interesting. Thanks.